Hi, I'm Katie, the filmmaker slash artist. So today I'm at the art studio. I'm going to show you this sculpture I have right here. So you kind of see that this sculpture I'm carrying is literally some kind of resin artwork or resin sculpture I just somehow created. So pretty much what this artwork is called, well, it's clearly an untitled piece for some reason, but I have no idea what I'm going to call this untitled piece. So I decided to leave it untitled, and it was completed on February the 10th, 2021. I might believe. So it was probably made for at least 4 days or so, because the first day I made this is when I mixed the resin in these sparkling like things and stuff, and then I just added in this origami t-shirt I just made. So pretty much about this origami t-shirt I just created. So pretty much the origami shirt I made was made out of these wrapping papers that I made. So it's likely made from these Christmas wrapping papers I've got in the art studio. So what I did do is I ended up turning them into origami paper as usual, and then what I did do is I dip it into resin, and then I would just pour it for one batch for some reason on, but it wouldn't cover up the entire thing, so I ended up adding another layer of that second batch because it needs another layer to make it look like it's frozen time. So you kind of see it's entirely found a resin sculpting for some reason on. And the way I created this sculpting piece is that I just combine like the resin hardened into that, even though it all has to be equals for some reason on. And we brought some resin from the Amazon store, and I was thinking about selling them, but even if I could sell, I could have probably sold for like $105 or maybe $115. That's probably up to me. Maybe I could sell for $105 for all I notice, even though it's probably at the small price. But even if you're thinking about buying this artwork on my website right now, well, you would probably need to buy it for like at least $110, and you probably might have to display that on a book stand or something like that if I were you, because it needs something that could display very well enough, and I do not have a displayed book stand or something like that for this art piece. So how I create one, so pretty much I had to follow safety rules whenever I had to create something out of resin. And what I did do is that I just had to cover my entire body by wearing a hard hat, and I ended up wearing like that old lab coat that my mom gave me. I used to wear that when I was in art college, and I had to protect myself from all that materials that are flying all over places these days. And every time you look at me sculpting with all kinds of stuff that I had to cover my body with, especially that hard hat, the gloves, and also the lab coat I was wearing, and also that apron I was wearing, and I had to wear a mask and safety goggles so that the resin liquid thing doesn't fall onto me. Worst case scenario, I could have also developed some kind of sickness or something like that, even though it might be toxicated to do something like that. So I just had to protect myself in that. So I'm just going to show you the image of what I look like. So here's the image, and the image was actually taken a picture by my own dad, and he actually did send it to me through a cell phone, and there. So probably there's the image of me just sculpting something with resin. But then again, after it just cured for like overnight for some reason, what I did do is I had to polish with something else, but I tried polishing with sandpaper, but it was too difficult. But there's only one problem. There was some aluminum foil that is all covering up. Well, I did cover it up with aluminum foil, so you kind of see there's some leftovers aluminum foil that is covering it, but it might look kind of sparkling for some reason on. Even though I have a hard time polishing it, so what I did do is that I decided that I need to buy like a polishing tool or something like that. And what I did do is that I wanted to go into Walmart with my mother, and we brought some polishing tools for it. And it's kind of like an electronic polishing tools I had to use. And I ended up using that polishing tools to just make it look smooth and stuff like that, and also just to get rid of that aluminum foil that was stuck on that thing. Maybe I should have just sculpted with some kind of silicone mold or something like that. You know what, maybe I can just figure out for some reason on. I heard that you can make something out of silicone mold so that you can just sculpt something out of that epoxy mold, and you can just keep on repeating that step over and over. And I might have to think about doing it again, but this time I had to title my artwork, and I still get to put a tape on to know what kind of artwork it is, so I can just know the title of the artwork, the date when it was the complete date of the artwork, and also who made the artwork for I noticed. And that was what I was trying to do, and I could still probably, if I need to sell it for who knows how much money, I could have possibly sold it. So I probably might think about making the next artwork for all I notice. So there you have it, this resin sculpture, this untitled resin sculpture I probably finally had. It kind of finally looked really good, and it looks like it's pretty much as if it really is frozen in time. So what do you think about this sculpting piece I made that looks like origami clothing that looks like it was frozen in time. Probably might look neat though anyhow, but I might need some more wrapping papers in order to create something like that. But it doesn't have to be like a Christmas wrapping paper, just some ordinary wrapping papers that I can find. Either in my art studios, or I can just buy some wrapping papers at any stores or something like that. It's all over places these days, for all I notice. Well, I guess that's all I have in order to show you this artwork. So for more information, you can look up all my information in the description down below. And you can also check out my new website for more information. And you can actually hit that pink subscribe button on the top right. And whenever you hit this pink subscribe button, you're going to subscribe for $10 per month. If you really want to see the full version of the videos I've made instead of just the trailer versions that are shown on the website. But even if you can't seem to afford $10 per month, there's also the fact that Blue Earth is a subscription on. All you gotta do is hit that Blue Earth subscription on, and then it will take you to that subscription account, and it will take you to all these 2 short-term subscriptions. I have like the 50-cent subscription button, and I also have like the $3.50 kind of subscription button if you can't seem to afford something like that. And I actually am currently selling artwork, so the only way to get to the artwork is that you had to go to the tab that says shop, and then you will find artwork, and then you can click on it, and then you can just click on one artwork and click the blue where it says artwork on it, and it would show you like the artworks that I'm obviously selling online. But even if you can't seem to afford the artworks because it's just too expensive, there's also t-shirts. Oh yeah, the t-shirts are obviously $10, cost like $10, and only have like one each for some reason on, and they each have their own size for some reason on. And even if you can't seem to afford any of those, there's definitely that digital artwork I have, which costs like $1 download, that is. So all you gotta do is go to one of my digital artwork, and then you just click on the artwork that you want to buy, and then you just buy the artwork, and eventually once you buy the artwork for $1 a download, you would eventually download the watermark free version of the artwork that I have, even though all the other digital artworks are all watermarked for some reason on. And I probably had to explain how you're going to use these digital artwork, and I probably had to explain how I create digital artwork and some other at the Art Studios thing for some reason on. And even if you can't seem to afford that subscription anyhow, well, you can always check out my other 3 channels, and you can just subscribe to me for free, which also includes this channel that I have, and you can just hit the subscribe button for more if you want to see all my artworks and stuff, and me doing a art challenge, and me just drawing other people's artworks in my style, that is. And you can also see me having fun at KJH Family Fun, me just having a fun time for all I notice. And you can just find out how I made the movie at making of the movie, but there will be spoilers for those who haven't even seen it. So I might not say thanks for watching, so make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you like this video, but make sure you give the artist and filmmaker a high five. So I might say thanks for watching.